Bonjour monsieur et madame, it is me le chef Reddit, today I have a specialala Reddit for you. Bon appétit and remember to subscribe.
You gain control of JK Rowling's Twitter account for a day. What unnecessary piece of information do you add to Harry Potter lore? Witches and wizards have microscopic beings called magi-chlorians that live within their bodies which grant them access to magic. Voldemort was voluntarily circumcised at the age of 18. Hagrid shaves all his body hair from the neck down. Thanks for the gold, you, Darth Mule. After Book 2 and the Polyjuice experiments, Ron and Hermione permanently switched places. Hagrid tried pho and didn't really care for it. Voldemort doesn't have a butthole after resurrection. I don't think I could top the post she made about wizards disappearing their poo with magic before Muggles invented toilets. There's a witch writer called JK Rowling, famous for her Muggle book series Harold Rogers, where the protagonist engages in wacky Muggle adventures. Edit, 48 inbox notices and not one Hogwarts letter. The My Immortal fanfic is now 100% canon, thank you, JKR. Fred and George Weasley switched places during the Battle of Hogwarts. When George died, Fred adopted George's life, complete with cutting off his ear, because he figured George wouldn't want him to spoil the joke. That most people don't play beyond their early 20s because they develop Quidditch arsehole. That the Queen of England is a living Horcrux and that's why she just won't die. Edit, ooh, shiny. Thanks. The protagonist was actually the flying car and everything after is just epilogue. Muggle orphanages know about magic, and when an orphan shows magical prowess they phone the Ministry of Magic for pickup and leave the baby outside. The ministry hasn't figured out how voicemail works and never come to pick up the children. The Forbidden Forest is forbidden because Dumbledore and Hagrid have an illegal grow-op hidden inside. The Wizarding School is a front to launder money. Hagrid was a metaphor for the misunderstanding and mistreatment of furries. I actually always envisioned Dumbledore aggressively asking Harry, maybe even yelling, if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire. George Weasley was adopted. Not Fred though. I'd clarify that Dumbledore wasn't really gay, just gay for pay. Figure that way, nobody is happy. I'm writing a new book, I'll make her add a lot more lore by bumping community expectations. The sock that freed Dobby was actually a Potter family heirloom, having been worn by Bobby Charlton in the 1966 FIFA World Cup final. The Potters were very quiet about how they came to acquire it. Harry pronounces it GIF, not GIF. Harry put his name in the Goblet of Fire. Harry doesn't have a left pinky toe, it was the only part of him hurt by the killing curse when he was a baby. And then all of us fan theorists will wonder why Lily didn't love his left pinky toe. The Loch Ness Monster is someone who tried Polyjuice potion with basilisk DNA. Moaning Myrtle was masturbating in the bathroom when she dies, hence the name, Moaning Myrtle. She was reported as crying based on what an ignorant first year claimed. Ron is adopted and dyes his hair. Edit, thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Snape was a never nude. Edit, holy shit, this blew up. Thank you for the gilding. Hermione was actually a collective delusion shared by Harry and Ron. At the time of bringing his kids to platform 9 3/4 at the end of the 7th book, Harry is out on bail for wizard tax evasion due to hiring Percy as his accountant. Voldemort's penises also have snake-slit noses. There is a Wizarding World version of Magic, the Gathering, called Muggles, the Congregation. Edit, thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Ron likes to take all his clothes off when he poops. Harry frequently entered the girls' dormitory. How Hermione really loved pegging Ron after they got married. Snape was a stamp collector, this is the real reason James Potter bullied him. I would make it clear that the cursed child is not canon. Asterisk asterisk, Professor Snape was a single mother, asterisk asterisk. Voldemort's parents were anti-vax. Buckbeak was a metaphor. Potter Puppet Pals is now canon. Hogwarts in the 60s was a drug-fueled Technicolor dancing orgy every night, and the only reason it doesn't come up more often is because not a lot of people clearly remember it. The Sorting Hat was %100 unnecessary for class distribution. Its primary purpose was to get rid of head lice. When you're using the invisible cloak, you're not actually invisible, you're naked, they just choose to ignore you as to not make things awkward. Teenage wizards would jack off in front of the hottest moving paintings. Harry was Oregonla, supposed to be Latino. Ron and Hermione's safe word is mudblood. ETA, and now my most voted comment is about wizards fucking. Time to put on my robe and wizard hat and start writing fanfic, I guess. I'd double down and declare that some of the older teachers at Hogwarts would forget they were supposed to use toilets now, so occasionally they'd just drop true and urinate in front of everyone. Hagrid's dog Fluffy and Mrs. Norris were lovers. The goblins at Gringotts don't have children. They just randomly split one day during a mitosis-like process and then go about their days. Their suits are part of this process. My amazing so. Harry's favorite finger, for no particular reason, is his left index finger. In order to have the feast so lovingly described, house elves of Hogwarts had perfected the art of reusing leftovers multiple times. They secretly go to cheap restaurants and learn from muggles. Recently they discovered internet, and now Dean Thomas's mother prints out for them every tip and trick she can find at Frugal Living blogs. Twilight is absolutely in the same universe. Buckbeak is an animagus who is fully intelligent and capable of turning back into a human at any time, but doesn't because it's his fetish. Dobby's asshole has the same properties as a bag of holding and can expand to accommodate any object no matter the girth. Harry and Ron used some of Hermione's hair plus Polyjuice potion to kill some time in the dormitories. Underneath the robe, Professor McGonagall is actually two twin dwarfs standing on each other's shoulders. They take turns being on top so the other doesn't get tired. I would 100% post that meme. JK Rowling reveals that you, the reader, were gay all along. But besides that, I would talk about the required procedure behind the pre-plumbing shitting wherever you want then making it disappear thing. Also, WTF JKR? Why couldn't they have had magical outhouses? Why did it have to get weird? Even though it's very much obvious, I would like to clear the air and state, categorically, that all this time, you, my dear readers, are indeed homosexual. All Hogwarts students are required to take a sex ed course. The teacher? Hagrid. Completely unnecessary? And #X200B. For a brief time in 1956, teen-aged wizards used to bewitch vacuum cleaners to use in lieu of broomsticks. That the cauldron Voldemort was rebirthed in during Goblet of Fire used to belong to Horace Slughorn. It was gifted to his favorite student, Tom Riddle, the year Riddle left Hogwarts. Make the fan theory that the surviving Weasley twin becomes the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka later in life. The reason Dumbledore didn't bring back Harry's parents with the Time Turner is because Dumbledore always wanted a son of his own, but then changed his mind a few years later and dumped him at the Dursleys. The composition of the wand means nothing. A wizard could use a plastic drinking straw and it would work just fine, as long as they expect it to work. Wizard drugs.
Thank you for watching. What was your favorite answer? Do you have a better one? Comment it down below. Au revoir.